Yo, what's going on, y'all? So I'm gonna start doing tutorials for a lot of y'all that want to know how to edit, or simply been asking me in my DM to do, this and how do you do that, and if I offer classes, who would enroll. So I figured I'd just give y'all a little bit of game. Today I'm gonna be covering cover art because that's real important to somebody's eye, I feel like, and to somebody that wants to look at a video of yours. That cover art, that first impression, just by that, it would make them want to watch it. So today, what I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna, show y'all a little something. I'm just gonna cut out, a couple images, and then we're gonna actually put them in Photoshop, and then we're gonna do it that way. So you could do this with Photoshop too, but I'm gonna be cropping them in Premiere Pro, and it's just easier for me that way because I'm always in Premiere. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose a couple photos. If you do not know, this is Quentin Williams, and he was in Houston a while back, and I just got in the gym with him, and then just took a couple pictures, took a couple videos of him. So what you want to do is you have all your pictures lined up, or whatever image you want to cut out, or simply just put as your background. You want to throw it in your sequence, and you're going to choose that clip, and you're going to go to effects, and you're going to type in crop. Now crop is just what I do. I'm not really worried about what anybody else does, nor care, and that's no shade to anybody, but I got my way of doing things, and you got your way of yours. So what you want to do is go to your effect controls, and you want to grab your cursor, and then you just want to start. Probably not going to get the chain, so we're just going to keep going through it. And as you're doing this, a lot of times when you're cropping, you don't want to, should I say, just make it real cornery or real dull. You kind of want to have a little bit of curvature to it. So it's best if you try to make the lines not so sharp, make them kind of curve a little bit. So as you choose your next point, you kind of want to drag it to a certain location, and that's what's going to give it the effect. And really, this is just an example, so I'm not going to take too much time, but I just want to show y'all, the bases, and really how I do things, break it down to you. So and like people with dreads, people with braids, it's the hardest, but you just gotta kind of go around it, and you can feather it out. And I'm gonna crop the outside of him, so that way whenever I show you how to cut him out, and see, for like light or like dark areas, you just have to use your best judgment. It really doesn't matter too. The way you want to throw it in your picture, it's really up to you. So you can get as creative as you want with this. So And then, like I said, we're gonna go on the outside of him. So I'm gonna bring it back to fit, and you see that everything is outlined of him, of course. So you wanna go to your effect controls, and you wanna drag the left all the way to 100%. And then, so he's blacked out, you just wanna invert it, and now, there you go. Bring this out just a little bit. So now you see, like I said, this is not perfect, but just the little things, you know, you can always go to 400% and you can get a lot closer. So you want to go to your mask, and so you'll just move it, you know, a little bit closer, or whatever you want to do. Like I said, it's really up to you and what you want to do, and however you want the picture to look. So fit it back, and then you want to take a picture of it. I'm just gonna name it KWill11. Take a picture of it. That way, you know, it's a PNG. So now that we got that image, I'm gonna do one more, and we're just gonna bring it in. And the length doesn't matter whenever you bring it in. It's just, I don't really care. I'm not, you know, we're cropping a picture. So so once again, you want to go to your effect controls, and you want to crop, and then drag it onto there. Now to zoom in like I did, you know, of course, you know, if you know, if you're not familiar with Premiere, or if you don't know, I'm not sure how it is on other programs, but you know, just zoom in 200% or however much you want to, and then yeah, you can just start from there. So like I said, objects that are dark or too light, you know, it's just the best judgment. So not saying that I can't see the difference, but I'm saying for somebody else that couldn't see it, you know, just use your best judgment. So once again, I'm just gonna crop him out. And, you know, we're not gonna be perfect. So, but me, I'm just a perfectionist, so it kind of irritates me if it's not perfect. And really today, like a lot of videos, a lot of music videos, a lot of vlogs, just, I mean, really an experienced editor, I would say too. There's a lot of cropping involved, a ton of cropping, ton of masking, takes time. And you know, I know people don't like this, but you know, if you always want quality in your work, and you know, you want that aesthetic vibe, this is the way to go right here. Like I said, you always want to, for your next point, you always kind of want to drag it and kind of curve it maybe a little bit. You never want to be too sharp, you know, because if you're too sharp, then it looks too, you know, edgy. And unless if you're going for that, you know, that look, then I wouldn't do it. But like I said, this is the cover art, so so once again, you're gonna close it off. You're gonna fit it. Select it, and then like I said, you're gonna left. At first, you're gonna be like, oh, where's he at? You wanna invert it, and then you're gonna go ahead and save this image. We're just gonna name it KWill22. All right, so you have your two images, you know, 2 or 3 images of what you want to do. So now we're gonna go to Photoshop, and now when I do cover arts, I like a background image, so I just chose a random background image that I thought was cool of him shooting the ball. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna kind of expand it a little bit to my liking. And I like to get a little bit chaotic with my edits, especially with like picture edits. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place the images that we cut out. I'm gonna place them on the photo. Gonna kind of tilt it to give it a certain look. Bring him over. And I just like a lot of things symmetrical. As you see, like I wouldn't want this picture to be way over here, just because of this backboard line, just how it lines up with his face. I wouldn't want that. So just a little tip, maybe bring it over and just have his hand closer to his head. So that's just my opinion, but like I said, this is a cover art and you can do it however you want to. And I'm gonna bring in the second image that we cut out, which is his face and he's looking up. And I'm just gonna kind of have him tilted a little bit, and I'm gonna make this larger. So, and I kind of want to show his ear, so it gives it a good position. Probably gonna bring this over just a little bit more. Bring him over, and that way everything pretty much looks good. To choose an image, just to select one, and to make it bigger or smaller, what you want to do is just select that image and hit Control-T on your keyboard. I'm not sure what it is for Mac. I think it's like Command-T or whatever. So you want to do that. If you mess up, if you want to backtrack, you just want to do Control-Z, and it would retrace the step that you just did. If you want to go back and do what you just did over again, you want to Control-Shift-Z, and that'll bring it back. So now that you have your images placed, you want to edit them a little bit. So what I like to do, I'll just choose one, and then I'll bring in a filter, and I'll just add probably a little bit grain to it, so it just gives it like a little aesthetic vibe. And then I'll go ahead and duplicate it as well, and I'll bring it to the back of it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and select it by Control-T. And actually I'm gonna rasterize it first. Now I'm gonna Control-T, and since it's behind, I'm gonna hit Shift over, and it gives it like that little blur effect, or it's just an edit, but you can color overlay it, and then you can have like a black line, of course, give it some depth, or you can just do a simple drop shadow, or you can do like a white stroke, a white line, and it gives it a nice touch beaming off that light. So that's that. I like to use a lot of paper tears, so we can do that as well. You can do tape, but for this, so I'm gonna put it behind him just like it is, and I'm gonna rotate it, and I'm gonna put it right behind him, and it just gives it another aesthetic feel to it. It's just another edit on top of the photo. And for background as well, I don't want to just leave it blank, so I'll probably throw like a light leak or something over the top of it, and then I'll blend it a little bit better. And I like multiply. Multiply is real good. And so yeah, I mean, you just play with it a little bit. You know, throw a name, put some text, and it's always good to line your text with objects in the picture. So we'll do Quentin Williams, and we need another L. So, like I said, so you see this beam over here, we'll just Control T, and then we'll just line it up with that beam. And you know, this is just an example, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but you get it. And then we're gonna make it white to add a little bit of contrast. And then, you know, we're gonna add the logo. So your watermark logo. And really, that's all it takes. I mean, you can add a couple more overlays. You can add more strokes. You can add more drop shadows. You can add more pictures. You just have to cut them all out. But yeah, man, this is how I edit my cover art, and hope you enjoyed the video.